Today, I'm going to tell you a story about how leveling up your business is just extraordinarily taxing and difficult to your mindset. Mindset is so important to leveling up to the next graduation point for your business, because every time that your business gets to the next level, you basically have worked yourself out of your previous job and you're unofficially getting a new job, new roles, new responsibilities, new meeting cadence, new people, new expectations, new thought process. Your attention throughout the week is vastly different than it was previous to the level up. And what's challenging about it is that your previous mindset was successful. So it's easy to change your mindset when it's clearly not working for you. But when your current mindset's what got you to be successful, and now you need to gut it and think in a completely new way, it's hard, because the mind will do what's familiar. The mind will do what it knows to work. And what's familiar, what is known to work, is actually going to hold you back. In the past, it's what, August right now? I'm at like 23 months since I retired as a dating and sex coach. I think I started this company in like October. Yeah, something like that. September, maybe 2 years, since 2019. And it just seems like every 3 or 4 months, it's just like, boom, the next level, boom, the next level, boom, the next level. And it seriously takes your mind usually like 6 weeks to readjust. And then once you finally get into the flow, then it's like, hey, success, scrap that shit. Time for a totally new mindset. It's been disorienting. And I spoke about in my previous podcasts of moving to Costa Rica, and 6 months ago, I was in Chicago and planning to just build my business there. I had a very clear plan. I had a 1-year plan, a 3-year plan, a 5-year plan, a 10-year plan. Everything was going according to my expectations. Moving a little bit faster than I thought, but in the direction that I had anticipated. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to move to Texas, and that, or have a home in Texas, and all of that stuff happened. And then I signed this giant $250,000 deal. Now I'm the CEO of another company, as well as my company. And then I take, 6 weeks to travel. And then I come back, I find out I'm having a baby. And then I like, okay, fuck all those plans, gut everything, come to Costa Rica, move here, lose the baby, stay here, go through my bout of depression and trying to get my head back into like normal space. And it seriously felt like an athlete who had like surgery on both Achilles tendons and it was like out for a while, and then like learning to walk again, and then like finally on crutches, and now like I don't need crutches, but I'm walking with a limp. And in terms of like mindset, I'm a mindset athlete. Like everything that I've built, it's all the systems and all of that. All that is a derivative of the deep mindset work that I'm constantly focusing on. And what I finally had like gotten to like feeling normal and being like, okay, let's get back on track. My team took care of everything, feeling good. And then the opportunity that I have been working for the past 12 years, 20 years, but like in this industry, 12 years finally happened. I started working with a sales company called Sales Sniper, and they're incredible. And to be honest with you, like I didn't think I was really doing that much in revenue to justify having them sell for me, because they're top of the top of the top of the industry. But I did an enterprise deal with them. I had worked with some of their team members, optimized the crap out of their stuff, and they started doing sales for me. And I remember when I once told somebody I wanted this group to do my sales, they told me that I had a better chance at marrying my Hollywood crush because like they were out of my league in terms of like where my business was. It was a little bit deflating. So I went to like go hire a salesperson. I was super nervous about it because like sales is such an intimate thing in a business. You need to like stand hard for people, which on one end, it can be a little cutthroat. And it needs to be like, you need to stand for people because that's why they enroll into your program, is because that's what they need and they're having resistance and stuff. But on the other end, they need to like nurture you and take care of you and genuinely give a shit and truly discover what it is that you want. And I remember I was writing the sales copy for like, we were running ads to find a salesperson. And I said I was looking for a highly empathetic sales assassin. And that's exactly what this team is. I've been working with them now for, I don't know, 5, 6 months, 4 months, something like that. And could not be more empathetic, could not be more diligent and have integrity and, but also like compassion and intensity. It was a dream come true. And there was a day that I was having a really rough day. I was kind of feeling the anxiety and seeing the ramifications of me kind of stepping away from the internals of the business for a little while. The CEO wanted to talk to me and I was like, fuck. I'm like, oh man, like they're going to tell me that I'm like not doing enough or like I screwed something up. So I was like, oh man, I like had this thing. I had this like beautiful vision in my head, having this family and all of that. And they came to me and they were like, we want to be partners. We want to do an equity deal. We want to put you in position for you to just come up with cool shit, create amazing content, love the fuck out of your clients and out of your community, and deliver just the most impeccable, genius product that you can, and let us manage the rest. It's your vision. We'll do whatever it is that you want to do. We're going to implement a new CEO in your company, a new chief strategy officer in the company, new operator in the company, new sales setter in the company, new video production team, new Facebook ads team, new graphic designers. There's a team of like 80 people, I don't know, 90 people. And then there's another media company that we're working with. I don't even know how many people are on my team anymore. And all you need to do, Spencer, is just create, love people. And this is where I wanted to be my entire life. I've been scheming for this forever. And it just like fell into my lap. The process was beautiful and perfect. And I love everybody on the team. And I get nervous about operations, but I was the one that architected all of their operations, and the integrity and the intelligence and intensity and the empathy of their team is in execution and communication of their team is just stellar. So it was like, oh my God, like this is real. In like a 10-day period of time, everything changed. I'm used to being in probably like 12 hours, 14 hours of meetings a week, and having to drive the marketing strategy and doing the sales and all that stuff. And now suddenly there's a new executive team. I'm not even the CEO anymore. And I took a look at my calendar and I'm only in 4 hours of meetings a week. I coach to my group 6 hours a week. So it's 10 hours. I have my enterprise clients. It's maybe another 6 hours. And then creating content, maybe another 6 hours. And then maybe like 3 hours of like bullshit, checking emails or like whatever. I don't even check my own emails anymore. But like 3 hours of like bullshit, ad hoc meetings, whatever. It's 25 hours a week. That was the vision that I had of working 25 hours a week 2 years ago. And it's here. And so like when it first happened, I was like, oh, fuck, I made it. Like, great. And then like the next week happened when we started like making all the changes. I was like, the structure of my week is so different. What I'm supposed to be paying attention to is so different. What I'm responsible for is so different. The strategy is so different. The team, the people that I'm interacting with is so different. everything that I had built, everything that like got me here, I had to reevaluate everything and gut it and like move it to another place in a week. And it's like the thing that got me here was knowing every detail of the business, having my finger in everything. I was still highly leveraged in delegating everything, but I was still touching everything. And now like there's like meetings and shit that I don't even, most of the meetings I don't even attend. And so the control that I have to give up, there's a part of my brain that is like, you're not paying attention. The ship is going to sink. The ship is going to sink. The ship is going to sink, because I'm associated so closely over the past whole entirety of my entrepreneurial career, which is 21 years now, that if you take your eye off of the details of the entirety of the company, it's only a matter of time before it sinks. And now, if I behave that way, I'm actually going to have a negative impact on the mission, on the goal. So what was deemed to be my highest value is now a no-no. And like, it's super disorienting having to like adjust staff and like redefine roles and, tell certain staff members, hey, we no longer need your service. Tell other staff members, like, we no longer need you to do all the things that you were doing. So now you have a limited role. Now I'm affecting my, those relationships and their income. And like, then I'm just like, I don't want people to hate me, but like, this is absolutely the best decision for the company, for me. And I run a business like I run a family, and it's so much harder than I thought it was going to be. And without like putting in all of that work, it's like, feel like the business doesn't need me as much. So then I feel less valuable. And then I start feeling like guilty of like, shouldn't I be working harder? Like, how do I prove that I'm all in if I'm not the one that's like driving this whole thing? Giving up that control is terrifying, but I know that it's the right move. And so I've been thinking to myself, how do I rewire my brain to operate in this environment in a way that is beneficial to the entirety of my situation? So like this week, I was like, had more free time than usual. And I was like, oh, this is great. I got more free time. But I found myself like wandering a little bit. Like I was like, oh, I got 3 hours until my next thing. So I just like, I don't know, go sit on the couch and watch an episode of something, watch some Instagram stories, take a nap, go take a walk on the beach, go to lunch for an hour and a half, like do nothing. And I was like, this isn't good. I'm like, all this time on my hands is, I can see myself falling into some really bad habits that way. Ordering food, and cause like time's not an issue, money's not an issue, all my tasks are done. And so like, I went to my meeting. I was like, hey, I got ideas to completely change the program, because I'm sitting here like wondering, like, what the fuck do I do? And they're like, Spencer, don't mess with it. Like, let's get the things moving. Let's get the podcast going. Let's get the YouTube channel going. Let's get the Facebook group going. Let's do some more analysis of what's working in your level up program, what's not working, and then we'll create from there. But like, don't touch anything yet. And I'm like, there's nothing that I'm doing that I wouldn't be doing if I had $1 gazillion in the bank. I'd still be doing the same shit. Like, I love working. And I'm like, I love making content. I love being in front of the camera. I've been so resistant to it for a while. That's why my marketing sucked. And now like, that's my only job. And so like, I was still resisting it. And now it's like, no, that's the only thing you need to do. And like coach my clients and stuff, but that shit's easy. Like that, I never struggle with that. And so I kind of have to go back to the original mindset that I had when it was just me in the business. And that mindset was, use yourself as the guinea pig for all of your crazy ideas and trainings and systems and mindsets and programs, and like build a program and build yourself up and then take what you built that worked for yourself and share it with everybody else. And in that process, I kept building it and building it and building it till it became a life of its own, to where I started sacrificing myself for the sake of the creation, not doing my martial arts anymore, not exercising anymore, not putting the time into meditation and being in my notebook, which all of that stuff was the stuff that got me here in the beginning. It's why the people were paying me $15,000, $30,000 for $15,000, $30,000 for one-on-one coaching, is because I was like the example. And then I didn't need to be the example, because like the company spoke for itself, the system spoke for itself. And now I feel like I'm like back into that, where it's the system's already built. So how do we talk about, how do we create this space in between the systems, which is like the life experience, which is the personal growth, which is the mindset, which is trying to find normalcy and growth in a state of chaos, and not chaos as in like disorderly, chaos as in just brand new energy, right? Because like when you win the lottery, it's fucking chaotic. It's a good thing, but it'll fuck you in the head, because like it's all new shit. People talk to you different. You get invited to different things. That's kind of what it's like. And I've been ignoring myself for probably a good 10 months. It's like after my dog died. And I started doing and like going into like bigger companies that do like 2-3 million a year plus, which I intended to do that, but I was like gonna build my mastermind first and then go into that. But the deals just like kept coming faster than I could take them, and the requirement to build was more than I could handle. So like I was getting my rest, I was getting my social time, but I wasn't like regimented in like the internal stuff. And I felt like I could get away with it because I was so strong in that area prior to that. If you're in awesome shape, you can take a month or two off and not get fat. And so, or like moderate workouts and stay, relatively fit for a year. But I'm in a place where like I still don't speak the language. My brain is hurt trying to learn Spanish. I'm making friends, but I don't have like a ton of friends or like family out here. So there's like no obligations for me to like, hey, come out here or come over for dinner or like come for this birthday party. None of that. So there's no like pull on my time from a social point of view. And I've got enough time and money to like really just do whatever I want and serve more people and be more successful because of that. And so now there's like this platform of who do I want to be? Who do I want to be like as a spiritual being? Who do I want to be as a physical being? Who do I want to be relative to my organization? Because all of that stuff, there's opportunity, and it's terrifying. Just these very sudden shifts. And now my identity is like, huh? Because your identity is a collection of the things that you deem to be a given, normal, regular, accustomed to in your behavior, the response of the universe to that behavior, and the relationship between your mindset, behavior, and the results that you're getting. That's all fucked in every way. It's like a clean slate. And like, don't get me wrong. So this sounds like I'm bitching. I am. But what I'm trying to show you is the other side. Nothing comes for free. There is a challenge for everything in life, success or failure. There's a challenge, and it's real. And here's the thing. I help companies that are growing really quickly scale through mindset work, building out systems, and building out and maintaining and managing relationships. And that's who this is for. It's hard because there's not a whole lot of people to discuss these type of challenges with, because you sound like a dick. And again, I'm looking at this objectively. It's amazing. I'm like so grateful. I'm grateful to everyone that contributed, my clients, my team, my past team, my new team, my circumstance, my health, my relationship to God. And if all I am to do is just like kick back and be like, oh, like I did the thing I set out to do, I can see in the future where the atrophy starts to come. I could actually start to like feel it. And so like, if you don't acknowledge the challenges and choose to take on new challenging things, then you'll atrophy until the universe imposes challenging things on you. So if I choose not to work out and choose not to pay attention to myself spiritually and choose to, just to be lazy and not speak Spanish and all the things that I know I should be doing, I'm gonna pay the price. Like the external world will eventually be like, boom, diabetes. Or like, oh, I finally meet the girl of my dreams, but she speaks Spanish and I haven't been working on my Spanish for a year, right? And so when things are going well, that's the time that you want to choose your problems, choose your challenges, choose your pain, because there needs to be challenges. There needs to be discomfort. There needs to be pain in your life in order for you to grow. It doesn't have to be torturous, but without resistance, there's no growth. That's just like how the world works. So when you get to that place of that next level, so often we go back to the mindset and try to solve the problems of the old mindset. Operate the business, work all night, to fulfill the human need to solve problems. And then that gets you in trouble because that's not what you should be focusing on. This is where the mindset stuff comes into play. And this is going to be a really awesome opportunity for me to get back into breath work and to do my 5 and 5 meditations and to get back into my identity imprinting and the practice of precise language, because I think that's going to grow me. But in addition, it's going to help me create new shit to serve my community, to serve my listeners, to serve my clients, serve my team, serve my family, which I love just as much as serving myself. And so having all of your dreams come true, double-edged sword, double-edged. It's challenging, but it's also fucking awesome. And my God, there were times that I was so broke that I had to borrow money from my dog. There's a time that I went to jail. There's a time that I definitely should have gone to jail, but I didn't go to jail. There were times that my phone got shut off, my lights got cut off. There was time that I was building a business and my business partner passed away. There was a time that I had partnerships that I thought, all right, here we go. So I'm going to the moon. And then no, I got to low Earth orbit and then, slide back down. So many times that I wanted to quit, and all of the mechanisms in place and the people in place and the ideas that get you out of that stuckness all starts with the way that you consciously shape your mind. And that starts with self-awareness. And to be honest with you, again, everyone tells me, do a podcast, and I didn't want it to be here's how you do this, 5 simple steps. Ugh. You've heard me say that before on this. It's really just sharing the life experience to know that you're not alone. Whether you're fucking crushing it right now or it feels like the weight of the world is on your shoulders, the weight of the world is sitting on your chest and you can't barely fucking breathe, you're not alone. I've been there. Everyone's been there. Just no one fucking talks about it. They only show their glamorous pictures on Instagram, or they just bitch on Instagram. There's 2 types of people, but experiencing the whole thing together, that's what I want to share with you. It's just you lead by going first and being vulnerable. And my hope is that this starts a conversation and we can brag about our successes and be open about our pain, because humans are designed to do life together. It's as necessary as oxygen for the sustainability of ourselves and of our species and our progress. Some of these are going to be more upbeat. I was thinking about the first 8 or 9 episodes. It's just been a little bitch fest of Spencer just pouring his heart out. I'm telling you, these will get better. They're already good. I think they're good. They will be more upbeat and more entertaining. So many great stories. Oh my gosh. When I was a dating and sex expert, I had a girlfriend write a book on me, biography on what it was like to date a dating and sex expert. And then her career took off on a book about me, a biography about me. Her career in the dating and sex industry took off beyond mine. That's a great story. Oh, some good stories about being broke. Also some great stories medicine journeys that I've run that maybe I shouldn't talk about it, but fuck it, I'm going to talk what I want to. Also, I've been a part of 100 different companies. A ton of different things. Look up how to make pop brownies on YouTube. I'm the #1 video, 2 million views. I had close to 2 million views. I used to be in that industry. A lot of good stories coming. I'm just going through some transitions right now. So that's my story. To the next episode. Peace. If this video resonated with you and you are ready to scale your growing business, then come join our free Facebook group by clicking the link below.